Right. So the Power BI is a reporting tool, right? So you're telling the Power BI is a reporting tool. So SSRS is also one reporting tool. Then if we have the SSRS, then why Power BI is coming?
Mhm. Okay.
SSRS are also
Yeah.
one of the reporting tool in the market from the Microsoft. Then what is the usage of this Power BI? If we have SSRS from the same production, then why the Power BI is coming?
Yeah, because Power BI supports cloud services so that user can access these reports from anywhere by logging to the Power BI.
Right. So you mean to say the Power BI is only for the cloud basis, right? Okay. So that is the one of the option having in the Power BI. So they are the Microsoft was introduced this Power BI under the SaaS, service as a software, right? So everything is in the cloud, and you can design, and you can create, you can deploy, and you can access the reports, and whatever the visualizations you have designed into cloud only, right? And also,
Yeah.
when you are comparing with this SSRS with the Power BI, definitely the Power BI is a powerful visualization tool. Okay, so normally if you observe this SSRS and this some other reporting tools in the market like a Cognos and MicroStrategy, okay, and some other reporting tools. What are they? OBIEE. These are a kind of traditional reporting tools. Okay, so these are a traditional reporting tools. The traditional reporting tools means if you observe the trend in the reporting, normally when you are going to report anything, for example, if you have a business and someone is going to report to you about your business, what they will report?
Mhm.
The first thing is what was happening in your business. Am I right? So, best example from last 10 years, what is the sales trend? Am I right? This is the way they are going
Yes.
to reporting to you. And the next level, the step two, what is happening now? Am I right? For
Yes,
example,
sir.
so currently what is the sales today, and what is the expenditure today, and these kind of, as of now, what is happening today? Okay, so in the first level, you know about from the last 10 years how the business and how the profits and losses are coming, and how my business is going, so you can understand. Okay, but right now today, if I want to see what is the status of the business, if you want to monitor that kind of things, so you need to design a dashboards. So in the first level, it is a kind of reports, chart reports, or any kind of, that is enough to tell what is the last 10 years trends. So what is happening now? So if you want to monitor about your business, then you have to design a dashboards. In SSRS level, it is not possible to design the dashboard kind of things, the same feasibility whatever you have in the Power BI. That is one advantage. And in the Power BI, it is more interactive reporting. It's a 360 degrees kind of interactiveness. So 360 degrees means you can see your data in any kind of view. That is one advantage. In the third level, why it is happening? Okay, So in the third level reporting, so you have to know the reason why it is happening. Means, right, so my business in the last 10 years looks like this: 2010, 2011, 2012. So alternative years my profits are coming down. Okay, and still this
Okay.
year also my business is coming down. I want to know the reason. If you want to find out the reason, you need to show more insights about your business. What is happening? What is the root cause? The reason why my business is coming and fluctuating alternative years. Right. So as per the trends, this year it should become high, right? But in this year also it is coming very low. What is the reason? You have to find out in the third level. And in the fourth level, what will be the sales for next year? Means 2018. How can we say that what is the sales will come in the next year? That is a kind of prediction. I want to predict the data. In the last level, how can we fix issues? If we have any issues in your so why it is happening, right? So you are finding some root causes, and in the last level you have to find out the reason. Okay, so that is a different kind of thing, like machine learning and robotics. Okay,
Okay.
artificial intelligence, that kind of thing. So we are in the level of, up to this level you
Okay.
can
Mm-hmm.
do by using Power BI and Tableau and ClickView. These are the powerful interactive visualization tools in the market.
Okay.
Power BI, Tableau, Q like.
Quick.
So all these having a cloud also. Even Power BI having cloud service, Tableau having cloud service, and ClickView. So by using these tools, it is very easy to create the dashboards. And also in the Power BI services, you have one option: natural query processing. You know the natural query processing? For example,
Uh,
in your Power BI service, if you are typing a question like what is the sales of this year? Once you are entering these kind of questions, it's a normal English. If you want to know something, you just type the question. It will automatically give to you the trends. What is the sales of? It will answer to your questions. That is a natural query processing. You don't need to create a separate report for whatever the questions you want to raise. Automatically it will create a report and it will show you the result based on your question. That is the natural query processing. Okay, so what is the reason why the Microsoft introduced this Power BI? What is the motivation for this Power BI? So the Power BI is not a new thing. The Power BI is a not a new thing. So you know the you are very familiar with Excel, right? So in Excel, by using the Excel, it's just a spreadsheet, right? So if you observe inside the Excel, you can add in pivot table, Power Query, okay, Power Pivot, and Power View. So by using these three, Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View. So what is a Power Query and Power Pivot and Power View? So pivot table is just a simple you told, right? So it's a just row to columns, columns to rows. You can simple reporting like kind of a matrix report that is built in inside the Excel. So if you want to add Power Query and Power Pivot, Power View, you just install the plugins and you can add to Excel. So what is the usage of the Power Query? The Power Query is a kind of ETL. For example, from any kind of source. For example, this is Oracle database and this is SQL Server database. From these two databases, and also I want to take the data from web as well. So I'm going to take two tables data from Oracle, two tables data from SQL, and two tables data from web into Excel by using Power Query. And when you are getting the data, you can do some clean up the data also. It's a kind of ETL, extraction, transformation, and loading. And then if you want to design a modeling, data modeling, by using whatever the tables you have imported, you can use the Power Pivot to create a modeling. It's a kind of in-memory structure. Means it will store all the information inside the RAM. Moreover, similar like our SSRS cube tabular model. Inside the SSRS, you have two kind of models: multi-dimensional model, tabular model. Tabular model is a in-memory model. There is a Vertipax engine is there, and it will store the data and it will process the data very fastly. Okay, so then the Power View is nothing but to design the reports. Any kind of reports you can design, charts and matrices and different kind of visualizations we have in the Power View. You can design the reports by taking a data source as your Power Pivot, whatever you have designed the data model. So the report will display in your Power View, Power Pivot, a Power View. Sorry, Power View only. And we have a Power Map also. If you want to design different kind of mappings, you can use the Power Map as well. Okay, right. So whatever the process you have designed here inside a single Excel only. These three you are going to add into Excel and you can design everything inside the Excel. But how you are going to update the data? So if you want to schedule this, so you can use Power Update. You can download the Power Update and you can schedule. Automatically it will update inside the data. It will fetch the data every as per your schedule from your data sources, and it will update your Power Query and Power Pivot and your reports as well. Directly you can share that Excel workbook to some other people by mail also. This is about the whole process before the Power BI what we are following. But there is no cloud service. Whatever the work you are doing here, you have to share through mail or something, right? So can't access anyone. So that is the reason what the Microsoft is doing. By combining all these tools, they are designing one product, and they are going to make the same product inside the cloud as well. So one desktop application they have created. That desktop application is nothing but, what is that? Power BI. That is Power BI desktop. So that is a desktop application. Okay, and so total how many products you have in Power BI? Power BI desktop, Power BI online service, and Power BI mobile app. So if you want to design any reports in your computer, and you can download this Power BI desktop application, you can design the reports and you can view the reports. So this is individual and it is a free. You don't need to purchase any license. And Power BI online service is nothing but the cloud. This is cloud, and you need a Microsoft account, and you can log in and you can design the reports. What is the difference between this Power BI desktop and Power BI online service? This is a cloud. This is your desktop application. And inside the Power BI online service, it will support natural query processing, and you can design the dashboards as well. But in the Power BI desktop application, you can design only reports. You can't create the dashboards, and you can't share to some other people. So the Power BI mobile app, it's a kind of you can access whatever the reports are there through the mobile app. You can download on your Android or iOS. You can design. You can see the report.
Sir, yeah, I have a question here.
Yeah.
So whenever we develop some reports in the Power BI, we will do publish, right?
Come again.
Uh, Let us say I have developed some reports in Power BI
Hmm.
desktop application,
Right.
and afterwards I have published it to Power BI.
Right. So whatever the reports you
So
have designed in the desktop application, you can publish those reports to Power BI online service.
uh, so does I think I am getting a free license, right? So I don't have to purchase these Power BI
Right.
online services.
Right. So the Power BI online service, once you have some Microsoft account, they will give to you 2 months premium account. Sorry, not premium, 2 months pro trial account. And they are giving right now for some selected peoples 12 months they are extending. After that, you have to purchase the pro account.
Online services.
Yeah. We will discuss about in the licensing part about those things. Okay. So these are the three main applications we have in the Power BI. One is cloud, one is desktop application. The desktop application is completely free. It has all the features, but only the missing is natural query processing and dashboards you can't create. And also one more benefit in the Power BI is normally in SSRS we have some visualizations. We are calling those are report items like chart, matrix, table, rectangle, right? So you have to use only these visualizations to design the report, right? But in Power BI,
Uh-huh.
you can add more visualization, third-party visualizations also. Those are custom
Yeah,
visualizations. That is the one
custom, yes.
advantage in the Power BI. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. So this is the way you are going to. This is the Power BI architecture. If you observe here. So for example, this is Power BI online service, means it's a cloud. So if it is the cloud, you can take the data directly from your cloud also. Microsoft Azure, Microsoft SQL Azure, some other cloud services also you can take the data from the Power BI services. Or if you have any reports in the Power BI desktop, and you can publish those reports into Power BI service, or you can directly design the reports inside the Power BI service also. Whatever you are designing in the desktop application, the same thing you can design in the Power BI service also inside the cloud. Okay. So what is this Power BI gateways? Why we need this Power BI gateways? And then we are accessing the reports through the mobiles or desktop, or directly from your computer you can log in into the cloud, you can access the reports. We'll discuss in the Power BI gateways. Okay, so these are the main things in Power BI. What are the visualizations? We have different kind of visualizations and data sets. Then you are going to get the data from your data source. So each data set you can create, and reports, dashboards, and tiles. The tiles is nothing but whatever the snapshots, whatever the dashboard snapshots you have, you can create like a tiles. We'll discuss later about these tiles and all those things. Okay. And see, how you are going to refresh your data based on your source system. For example, if you are going to use the data is in either it is in the cloud or on premises. This is very important before you are going to design your project. Cloud means
Okay.
SQL Azure, SQL Server Azure. Okay, SQL Server Azure. On premises means, what is the difference between cloud and on premises? On premises means the data is located in your,
Local server.
yes, local server. So you are the admin and you are going to maintain everything. Cloud means the data is located in the cloud, some other data centers. Okay, and there are two ways you can connect to your data. One is import the data. Import means directly whatever the data you have in your data source. For example, on premises SQL server is your data source. Okay, and this is your Power BI. So daily I want to refresh once. Whatever the data you have in your SQL server, I am going to import data. For example, I have 1000 rows over here. The entire 1000 rows I am going to import and keep inside the Power BI memory. That is importing. It's not a live connection. Okay, it's not a live.
Yeah. Okay.
So again, the next day when you are going to refresh your data, that day only it will get the fresh data. Direct query means always it will fetch the data from your data source only. It's a
Yeah.
live
Okay.
connection. There are two kind of connections. Okay, and how do you refresh? Either it is using a personal gateway or enterprise gateway. What do you mean by a personal gateway and enterprise gateways? So I think in the 2017 release, we don't have this personal gateway. I have to check. So the personal,
I think we don't have enterprise gateway, sir. We have personal, but the enterprise is
right?
change it to on-premises gateway.
Yeah. So right now we have the personal gateways, right? So this is closed, right? Enterprise gateways.
Yeah, it is changed to on-premises gateway.
Yes. So the main reason why we are using gateways is whatever the data you have in your on-premises and your service is in the cloud, how can you connect to that particular on-premises server to get the data into your Power BI cloud? Definitely you require this Power BI gateways. So in your on-premises server, in which machine you have to install this gateway.
Yeah. Okay.
So then inside this Power BI cloud, you can schedule refresh. Whatever the SQL server and what is the username password, then based on that you can refresh it.
Yeah. Sir, while I am developing gateways, I'm in the need of data sets. So like if let us say if I have to get the data from SQL Server, I have to create a data set for one SQL Server and create a data set for Excel file. So I have created these data sets, and then only I'm able to get the data.
No, see, the Excel is different case and this SQL server is different case. So whatever the data set you have designed for from the SQL server, so that gateway will work and get the data from a SQL server, and the data whatever you required from the Excel, it will take the data from Excel, right? So whatever the model you have designed at the top of these two data sets, so it will get the data from two models, two data sets, right? The model will create over here. So the Excel file, how you are going to get the data? So the Excel you have to keep in some shared folder or like you have to put in the 361 drive. The Excel files you have to put in your 365 OneDrive. So if you are keeping this Excel in OneDrive, automatically it will fetch whatever the data you have in the Excel, fresh data based on your schedule. Okay, that we will discuss more things in the training about this. gateways, how we those will act. Okay, and so this is the difference between personal and gateways. Okay, that's okay, right? So there are three kind of licensing parts we have in the Power BI.
Mhm.
Power BI free, okay? Free means
Okay.
your desktop application,
Okay.
and Power BI Pro, okay? So if you want a licensed thing for this Power BI Pro, it is a user basis. For example, you want one license per month, $10 per user. Okay, initially they will give 2 months trial, and some of the people they are giving 12-month subscription as well. There is a pop-up will come. If you are activating that pop-up, it will extending to 12 months. It is completely based on the user. It is completely based on the user. For example, in your company, in your organization, 100 users are going to use this service, then 100 into 10 you have to pay per every month.
Okay.
Okay, so what is
I'm going to get the services whatever we are getting from the Power BI Premium,
hmm,
right?
yeah,
In Power BI Pro.
yes, everything you will get whatever the Power BI Pro in Power BI Premium as well. So one thing you have to remember here is what is Power BI Premium.
So it is the same thing, right, sir? So for 500 users, it is showing as 5,000. Then what is the benefit of taking this
Right,
premium?
so even if you are using 600 users, the Power BI Premium is not based on the user basis. It's not based on the
Okay.
user basis. They will give you some capacity planning. Means, for example, if you are going to use rough estimation 500 users, maybe use the Power BI
Mhm.
from my organization. So they will arrange a setup for you. So if the 500 people wants to access, okay, this much capacity, this much nodes, and these many core processors are required to balance the load. It's not a user basis. So they will set up
Oh,
everything for you only for your organization.
okay.
You may access 600 people also can log in, 600 people also can access, but there may be a performance issues will come. For example,
Oh,
your computer RAM is 4 GB RAM. Okay, so you can try to install more applications, but what will happen? There is no restrictions about installing the apps or softwares. But if your CPU memory is not supporting,
yeah. Okay.
that depends on the capacity of the system. So if you have more than 500 users, then you can go to the premium, because for 500 users per month $10, 5,000 will come. So the minimum 5,000 is the premium, and so if you have 1,000 users, how much you have to pay for a user basis in the pro account? 1,000. Here
10,000.
$700 you are saving 300. So main thing is, if you have more users, then go with premium. If you have less users, you can go with pro. Okay, right? So here if you observe, we have only cloud service in the Power BI. Then what about the on premises? Because some people don't want to keep their information into cloud.
Okay.
People don't want to keep the data inside the cloud. Then how can you access the reports? Then how you are going to maintain these Power BI reports in the cloud? in the on-premises server. For example, in my company, I have 500 users. I don't want to keep all the reports into cloud. But I have to access all 500 people, whatever the reports, Power BI reports I have. So that is the reason they were introduced Power BI report server. It's a kind of our normal SSRS reporting server only. So you can install this report server on your computer in your organization, and whatever the reports you have designed in your desktop or service, you can deploy into publish into report server. Directly you can access this through the report services. Not only the Power BI reports, whatever the reports you are designing in SSRS .rdl files also you can access from the Power BI report server. So this is one point to access .rdl files SSRS reports, Power BI reports. Got it? But one disadvantage is, as of now, Power BI dashboards you can't from your report server. I think we have to see. I think in later version, coming soon, they are going to release that one also. And the natural query language processing is not possible in the report server. That thing only you can do inside the cloud only if you observe. This is dashboards you can access in the Power BI service, and natural query processing is possible, but not in the SSRS, not in the Power BI report server. What about these Power BI apps? You can design the apps also. You know, for example, you have designed one dashboard about the sales information. So whatever the dashboard you have designed, you can convert the dashboard like a app, and you can put that app in Microsoft App Store. Anyone can install that app in their computer, their mobile also. Whatever the dashboard, whatever the report you have designed, you can convert that like a app. So you are downloading some apps, for example, Airtel app, or Vodafone app, or weather app. The same way, whatever the report you have designed, the same thing you can convert like apps, and you can, some other people can download that app and they can install and they can view the report. That is possible in the Power BI cloud only service, not in the Power BI report server and SSRS. Okay.
Okay.
So if you are not taking pro version, licensed version, and you are just taking it's a trial version, so what is the difference between this trial version, free account, and pro account? So per day you can use 10 GB in the pro account. Refresh. The storage capacity is 10 GB, but in the service premium it will support up to 10 terabyte.
Oh,
In the free account you can do only 1 GB. I think they were updated this also into 10 GB recently. Per day, how many times you can refresh your data in the free account? Only one time. Here you can do 8 times. Per day, 8 times you can refresh your data. Schedules. The refresh schedules you can do 8 times. Okay?
so, sir, I have just one question on gateway.
Yes.
So, if we have created one gateway, can we use that gateway for different reports?
So that depends on your data source. For example, uh,
Yeah, from the same data source. Like I have used SQL, sir. I
yeah.
have used only one data source.
SQL Server is your on-premises. Okay, you have installed gateway over here, and by using this data set, you have created one data set in your Power BI, right? So that data set, by using data set, you can design whatever the reports. See, the gateway is just for connecting to your data source. That's all.
Okay.
Everything will work over here. This is one report, second report, third report. This is another dashboard. So the reports to connecting to which data set, it will refresh automatically all the reports.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I came to know now because you have told me like we can only schedule one refresh, right? I was trying to add another. I was trying to add another refresh, and I am unable to do it. So I thought we have to add another gateway or something like that.
No, no, no. Another schedule means, what do you mean by schedule? Schedule.
Like another refresh schedule in trial version. See, I have created two reports.
Okay.
For one report, I have already scheduled one refresh time.
Okay.
And for the second report, I am trying to add a schedule refresh, but I am unable to do it.
See,
As of
your
now, I
data
came to
source is
know that
same, right?
because it is
Your
a
data
trial
source
version,
is
we
same, right?
can't have it.
No, your data source is
Yeah,
same, right? And the
yes,
data set,
same,
whatever you are using, same, right?
same, yes.
Okay. So I think you are trying to schedule that report per a day more than one time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in the trial version, it will support per day only one time you can refresh. In the pro version, you can do 8 times per day licensing.
Okay.
Okay. And when you are going to schedule, you have to give the different schedule times in the same schedule only. The
Oh,
pro version you
same
will get.
schedule at different times. But see, for the different report, how it goes. Let us say if we
Forget
have
about the
two or
different.
three reports.
See, the reports is same or different, whatever. The main thing is the data source is same or not. That is important.
Yeah, data source is same.
Hmm.
But every time we publish the reports into the Power BI, let us say Power BI, then it will create a data sets. For that data sets, we have to
So you mean to say you want to
schedule.
schedule the data set individually. You want to schedule the data sets individually.
No, sir. So let us say, let us take the previous example.
Hmm.
So I have published the first report, and it will create one data set.
Okay.
For that data set only, we can schedule refresh. And for the second report, I have also did the publish, and it will also generate one more data set.
Right.
So there are two data sets now.
Right.
So for the first one, I am able to
Hmm.
do the schedule refresh. But when I go to the second data set, I am unable to do it.
Hmm. For which one you want to, you can do. You are unable to do a for anyone. Huh?
For the second one, like
The second one you are unable to do. For the first one you can do. What is your source?
SQL Server only.
SQL Server only. The same connection, right?
Same connection, yes.
Yeah, the reason the data source is same. So you are going to schedule more than one time for this gateway, for this data source. In the pro, it is, sorry, in the free version, it is not possible. In the pro version, you can do. That we have to check.
Uh,